Now imagine this. You come home after a long, exhausting day. Maybe you got assigned a group project, or your boss said something really crazy rude like, "Stop hiding in the bathroom while you're on the clock. We all know nobody pees that much. This is called time theft. And if you keep doing, you will be terminated." Just really awful things to say to another human being. After enduring the abuses of the world all day long, all you want to do is sit down and relax with snacks in one hand and the remote in the other. You just want to shut off your brain and watch something quick and fun before bed. But there are so many choices. Sure, this new HBO miniseries seems great, but you don't really have the mental stamina to watch a 1.5 hour slow burn right now. Why is everything a hard-hitting drama that's an hour and 10 minutes long? Where are the 30-minute situational sitcoms that are beloved by all? As you fumble with the remote, your snacks drop to the ground. The night is ruined. Life is hard. I don't know about y'all, but nowadays it feels like the film industry has began losing the formula to creating a good, fun 30-minute episode of TV. We're losing recipes, people. Okay, so what? Clearly this is a sweeping generalization. There are still a number of high-quality shows that are 30 minutes in length. Some ones that I could name off the top of my head are shows like Ghosts on CBS.
Oh, can I trouble you for some cocaine? I'm all out.
Primo, BoJack Horseman, The Good Place, Jeopardy? Not the same thing, is it? So before you call me crazy, here I am willingly undermining my thesis statement by admitting that there are still good 30-minute episodes of TV. But this definitely doesn't feel like the norm anymore. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? To me, it feels like it's sort of a mixture of both. With the rise of television in the latter half of the 20th century, TV was viewed, created, and consumed under some pretty rigid parameters. Network comedies were to be 22 minutes long, allotting for exactly 8 minutes of advertising left over in their 30-minute time block, while network dramas were to be 42 minutes long, leaving 18 minutes for advertising in their overall hour-long time block. This was the tried and true formula, and it was rarely ever broken. And honestly, I'm all for breaking the rules, but these rules were probably 100% necessary for TV to even find its footing in America. Just think about it. This stuff was new to them. Technology was not what it is today. This was the really dark and tragic era of human history where when you made plans with someone, you just had to hope that they'd show up. No confirmation. No on my way text. If you made plans to meet up with someone and they didn't show up, either they forgot or they died. Episode air times had to be written down in your calendar so that everyone in the house knew that you had the television set reserved for Sunday at 8 p.m. because you're watching the season finale of Living Single and you're not to be disturbed. It was a hard life, but it worked. My point in saying that is that consistency in episode lengths, episode premiere times, and overall expectations of what you were going to see when you turned on the TV week to week are the exact reasons why TV was even able to find its footing and become what it is that we know it as today. This was really amplified by how successful the family sitcom model was during the early years of TV. Starting in the 1950s, as more and more homes started to get television sets, Americans began to yearn for and enjoy this sort of sanitized look at American life that TV could offer. They were really into the whole nuclear family thing, 2.5 kids and maybe a dog, no pregnancy on TV, that whole jazz. When they saw that TV could provide examples of family values and good old-fashioned American fun, they said, sign me up. So this programming typically appealed to the entire family because they were seen as shows that the entire family could gather and watch together each week. Although it definitely was not a realistic depiction of American life for, I'd say, about 95% of the population, it still took off. Think of shows like I Love Lucy, Happy Days, The Brady Bunch. Sitcoms continue to maintain popularity from the 50s and beyond because they presented a comforting look at a version of life. Sitcoms are basically the alternate universe version of ourselves. The situations are familiar enough and they're also entertaining, which allows people to think, maybe my life isn't so monotonous. Look at them. They're a family just like we are and they're having a quirky good time. I think that the way that TV consumption is set up now can feel extremely jarring and potentially isolating to the casual viewer. Whereas back in the day, all you needed to do to keep up to date with the latest Hollywood flick was have cable. Nowadays, you need a subscription to Netflix, Hulu, HBO Just Max, Peacock, Apple TV, Amazon Prime, Crunchyroll, Verve, Sling, YouTube TV, BED Plus, AMC Plus, Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, plus. Frankly, this shit is not sustainable. At this point, let's bring back cable, because I've had enough. I cannot afford this anymore. I'm not playing. I cannot afford to have all of these. I can't do this no more, okay? I'm at my wit's end. Sorry about that. Now, contrary to popular belief, streaming does have some benefits. Dare I say a lot of benefits, depending on who you ask. One such example, no ads for most of them. That's great. I, however, do still have Hulu with ads. So if anyone would like to sponsor me and give me access to ad-free Hulu, please hit my line.
Ad-free Hulu. Ad-free Hulu.
I'd say one of the main benefits that streaming has over cable or other options of watching TV is that it has the potential to allow writers, directors, showrunners, and other creatives to have more overall comprehensive control of their final product, because they don't have to worry about things like leaving room for ad breaks or listening to the FCC guidelines. Yes, finally we can cuss and show on TV. Oh my gosh. I hate to say it, I hate to admit it, but sometimes guidelines can actually help the final product by making sure that any extraneous information is cut before it goes to air. At the Television Critics Association press tour, Mike Shore, who is the creator of The Good Place, actually praised the creative benefits of strict rules by saying that shows, quote unquote, benefit from the network structure because it forces you as a writer to think about act breaks. It forces you to think about what the main character is going through. I watch certain dramas on certain streaming services where I've thought, man, give me like 2 hours with an editor, I will dock 15 minutes off of this sucker and it will be better. See, he kind of ate with that one, because why are some shows 2 hours long? Why is each episode an hour and a half? Am I watching a TV show or am I watching a movie? Because last time I checked, I'm not at the AMC. I'm in my bedroom. What was that? I'm not saying this to bash any of the big popular shows. Look, I love Succession just as much as the next person. In fact, if any casting directors stumble upon this video, I would love to work with you. My name is Amori. I am 6 feet tall. I'm located wherever you want me to be. I can play 11 if you put a filter on me and I put on a little voice. I can do what you need me to do. Okay? But for real, I wasn't saying this to bash any of the big popular shows. There's a reason they're so big and popular. It's because they're good. I complain when an episode is 2 hours long, but then I sure do grab a little treat and sit my ass down and watch it. I think I just like complaining. I'm a simple man, what can I say? But lately I've been finding myself experiencing immense content fatigue. Everyone is trying to be the very best and make the next Game of Thrones, which is great and all, but it also feels like that's making the market feel very oversaturated. All of the content is divided among 20 billion different streaming platforms, which makes it almost impossible for the average person to watch it all, which then makes viewership go down and shows keep getting canceled, which then dissuades people from even watching new shows to begin with because they know there's a high likelihood that it won't get past season 1. And shows that do get completed still are in danger of being removed from streaming platforms way before we're even able to see their full potential or before they're even able to cultivate a fan base. It's a scary world when you can work on a show for years or months and then all of a sudden it's just gone from the face of the earth with its only resting place on like illegal streaming websites. On top of that, the world is, how you say, so ghetto. I cannot afford to walk to the park without accidentally having to spend $60. So excuse me if sometimes I would rather watch another episode of Exo Kitty on Netflix or a rerun of Community before an episode of a 3-hour long drama that will destroy me and make me question my ability to love. In conclusion, sure, let's keep making the deeply introspective hour-long dramas, but don't forget to keep making the fun, silly sitcoms too. ¿Por qué no los dos? And also, I think that every streaming service should merge into like 2 big ones for like $10 a month. Okay, that's all I have for you. Thanks. Bye.